ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store. I'm playing, I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse. Yeah, you just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship at Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the campaign, swear I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth. Yeah, they be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stance like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off. Yeah, it's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment, y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle strong. 4th and 40 got a pun. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the jugular, mate. The one in debate, but you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you're the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth. Woo.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleeping, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And what is going on, Candle Mafia? Happy Halloween. And as you guys can see, me and Mrs. Candles actually dressed up as each other for this year for Halloween. I don't know how it's going to be running the entire show. This costume is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get, I'm going to get dizzy off the smell of this plastic. But I'm going to try to do the show from inside this costume, guys. But the funny costume, you guys, I see you. You guys might think this costume's funny, but you should see Mrs. Candles walking around dressed up as Frankie Candles. It's pretty funny, guys. But anyway, what is going on, everybody? I see the chat going absolutely nuts. I thought this costume would be a hit. But guys, we got an amazing show for you tonight. Obviously, we are getting a little bit of a breakout on XRP as Bitcoin takes a nap. You guys saw that thumbnail. Bitcoin just taking a snooze as XRP makes moves. But guys, we took a look at XRP yesterday talking about some of those key levels, and we got so close to those key levels. So we're going to be breaking down Bitcoin's price action as, like I said, Bitcoin's being pretty unproductive right now. So we'll cover Bitcoin really quickly, guys. And then we're going to get into the altcoins. We'll obviously cover XRP and the top moving altcoins so you guys can stay updated with those key levels. So you guys aren't buying the tops or selling the bottoms. And I'll try to give you guys my general thoughts on where I think these coins are going next. But before we get into it, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure, where you guys will all have multiple chances to win some free giveaways. And just a warning, guys, we are going to do a little bit of a abbreviated, we'll do a little bit of a short Halloween stream. I do have a little Halloween movie night planned with Mrs. Candles. So I'm going to spend some time with her tonight. We don't really celebrate holidays that much, the smaller holidays, but Halloween's kind of one of those holidays that we really like. So we're going to spend some time. So we'll probably go a little bit closer to an hour today. But like I said, Bitcoin is sleeping. The alts are really the things that are moving. So we'll do a quick Bitcoin market update and then jump on into the altcoins. But before we jump into it, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into chat and say what's going on to the Candle Mafia. And real quick, Shout out to Thesis himself, said, Brother Frankie, can you please shout out to my wife? It's her birthday today. Well, shout out to Thesis's wife. I don't know your name, but a very, very special happy birthday from Frankie Candles. I'm dressed up as Mrs. Thesis, you brought your wife in here and I'm dressed up like Mrs. Candles. I'm so embarrassed. I'm just kidding, guys. Shout out to Thesis himself and shout out to your wife, brother. Hey, Thesis's wife, if you're listening, Frankie Candles wishes you the happiest birthday ever. But guys, shout out to the rest of the chat here. Shout out to let's see, we got Steven Atwell in the chat. We got 420 Bud Monster said, "Sup, Frankie? My name is Mrs. Candles, guys. I don't know why you guys are calling me Frankie. But shout out to French Toaster. Shout out to Incognito. We got Crypto Brando in the chat. What is going on? We got Jay. We got the BRB. I think he's going to BRB, but he'll be back, guys. Don't worry. Shout out to Creighton C. What is going on, bro? Said, can we come? Hey, to the movie night? Yo, yeah, guys, that was the whole thing. I put it out on Twitter. Everybody's coming to Frankie Candle's house for the Halloween movie party. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But who else we got in here? Last but not least, let's get a couple more names in here. We got Chief in the house, Crypto 101. We just shouted out Creighton C. What's up, bro? We got Joe Mama, and I'm not talking about your mom. Shout out to Psychedelic Astronaut, Brad Guidell. Brad, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. And guys, don't forget to show some love to our mods in chat. I see Tyler Durden, Crypto Billy, Rob the Crypto Snob, D Petty Crypto. You guys know who they are. Crypto Anon, Captain Kirk. You know who they are. Chemistry Bro. Show them some love in the chat. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and try to figure out what the heck this thing, Bitcoin, is going to do next and jump right on into the charts. Here we go. Okay, now we're back on the charts, guys. I had to get out of that costume, guys. That was a little too hot for me. I don't think I'd be able to continue the show with that costume on. So I just threw on the Frankie Candles hat. Actually, this is a brand new one. I did not even realize that. I would take it off and pull that sticker off, but I don't want you guys to see my hair. Got rug. Yo! Hold on. French Toaster said got rug tugged. Bro, they are no longer rug pulls. Shout out to French Toaster. Rug pulls are now called rug tugs. Dude, that is, how have I never thought of that? Tony D is, I could promise you guys, rolling on the floor laughing right now. Rug tug is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Screw a rug pull. They're rug tugs. But guys, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this crazy price action. And I'm not talking about Bitcoin because Bitcoin has the opposite of crazy price action. It's actually pretty boring. And I'm about to leave this sticker on the hat. Okay, there we go. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump on in here. Let me grab my mouse. I mean, I don't know why it was off screen or anything, but did you guys, it's hard to read chat through the eyes of that mask. Did you guys like my costume, though? Let me know. Hashtag rugtug. You guys are too funny, man. But let me go ahead and jump in here, update you guys on Bitcoin. Now, obviously, guys, hey, yo, shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to you, bro. He says, very funny. We know it's you dressed like Frankie, Mrs. Candles. Come on, put Frankie back on. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for that super chat, bro. And guys, it's really me, Frankie Candles. Just don't look at my hands. They're very recognizable. But anyway, yo, Creighton, you're funny, bro. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. But taking a look at Bitcoin here, guys. Oh, no, did you just see my hand? Don't look at my hands, guys. But Jordy in the house. What is going on, Jordy? Welcome back in, bro. But guys, obviously, we have gotten a little bit of consolidation here, and we are just continuing to consolidate within this kind of bull pennant that we got going on. Let me see if I can pull up yeah, there we go, right? So we were looking at this bull pennant yesterday, guys. I'll come up to the 4 hour to make it a little bit easier to see. And we have this kind of bullish consolidation. You can look at it as a bull pennant, or you could even look at it as somewhat of an ascending triangle, right, with your flat level of resistance and your higher lows being made. Either way, whether it's a bull pennant or an ascending triangle, guys, this is going to be a bullish continuation pattern, making me cautious of a potential another move to the upside. Now, yesterday on the show, we were talking about the potential possibility, we were talking about the statistics of getting this thing to break out to the upside, or we were also talking about the possibility of getting a fake out to the downside before finally reversing back up. And nothing has changed, guys, right? We are just still kind of bing-bonging around in this pattern. Just understand the closer we get to the apex of this formation, the more likely it is that we get a breakout. But we are now prepared. If you guys watched the live stream yesterday, you guys should be pretty prepared whether we get a pump or a dump first to best position yourself for the next big move on Bitcoin. So, and we did talk a little bit about why these pennants do get faked out a lot, especially on Bitcoin. The price oftentimes gets manipulated to the downside. I'm not going to go all the way into it like we did yesterday, but we are looking for a potential fake out to the downside before getting that next move up. And then if it just breaks up from here, that is fine. I am in 2 long positions. I'm in a scalp long up like 150%. It's a smaller position, obviously. And then I have my swing long that's up like 550%. We could show the trades in a second, but I do want to break down the price action first. So obviously nothing has really changed, guys. We are simply just trading within our volume profile and kind of just sticking to the plan, right? Waiting for those higher levels for a nicer short position. And then again, if we get a move back to the downside, not only do we have the value area low coming in as a nice level of support, but we also have this golden pocket. We also have this golden pocket 786 retracement level sitting right down here below the range, which could act as a pretty good area to bounce off of as well. And then as we move down, you guys know we've been talking about this for the past couple of days, or past couple of streams, I should say. But we do have some single prints down here getting closer to about 32.5, ending up at about 31.8. Which is obviously going to make like $32,000 a pretty significant level to look for. So whether we get a move all the way to the upside or a move all the way back to the downside, this is going to be a key level to watch if we break this 786 Fibonacci retracement level, right? And then as we look at the indicators, guys, you can kind of see here, right? VWAP on the daily kind of sitting around here, right? Lingering. Also, guys, we got a nice little overlay on today's stream. We updated a couple things on the live stream, kind of faked you, kind of like took the attention away from that with the Mrs. Candle's fake out there. But shout out to the new layout. But it's not even done, guys. We're gonna be getting some transitions and some really cool stuff. If you guys remember the old overlay, it was pretty highly produced. So we're gonna try to get the same thing going in here with a little bit of a more of a minimal style, so you guys can see more of the price action. But VWAP on the daily, guys, kind of just bonging around down here, not really giving us anything significant. Actually, you could even argue that you're getting a little bit rejected here. But again, I want to be very clear, guys. I am handling this. I am simply just following my plan, right? I have my trading plan, and I'm simply just following it. I'm not straying away from it, and I'm in my positions, right? My first long position is from down here at the bottom of our old macro range. Entry from down here, still holding that position. I've taken a lot of profit on that. I actually only have like a couple $100 left of my own money in that trade, but it is still profitable if we get another move to the upside. And I'm also in a scalp long from the bottom of this local range, right? So I guess you could say I would favor, not meaning that I leaned more towards getting a breakout to the upside, but just saying, I would prefer to get a move to the upside first to take some more profit on my longs before getting a push all the way back to the downside before looking for a short and then getting a bigger move to the downside, right? And I want to talk to you guys a little, and again, I want to be clear, guys. I am not chasing trades here, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday. The beauty of the trading strategy that we use on this channel, or that I use, is basically that we can make money within these ranges, right? We get these nice little scalp longs, the scalp shorts from the value area low to the value area high, and then the inverse, right? And then typically when you get a move either above the range or below the range, and this range finally breaks, oftentimes you're in a position from the bottom of the range, right? And that's why we have these, obviously what happened here, you deviate from the range, you hit a key level of support, which was, I believe, which is your local golden pocket retracement, right? You deviate from that value area low. This is where you're looking for long positions. This is where you're thinking to yourself, hey, this price is a little overvalued, and I know that the fair price for Bitcoin is within this range, or, I mean, you wouldn't know that it was ranging around here, but you would know right here, you found a fair price for Bitcoin within this range, and then you are looking to pick it up for cheap and ride it back into the expected fair value. And I believe, I actually have to check my entry on my long. I'm either long from here or maybe even down here. It might be from down here. But Either way, guys, if we get a break to the upside, bing bong, I am in from, I mean, not only am I in the long from all the way down here, right? Is it from down there? Yeah. Not only am I in the long from all the way down here, but I'm also in this scalp long from all the way down here, or, not all the way down here, but from the bottom of this range, right? So again, I would prefer a break to the upside, and I did wind up getting stopped out of my short in profit, so I am no longer schlong. I think I just told somebody in chat, they were like, hey, are you in a trade? And I was like, oh no, actually I think I did say I was only in 2 longs. But I did get stopped out of my short. We were short from the top of the range here, and my stop loss is a little too tight on this, so I got stopped out, but it was in profit, right? It was basically break even. I think I made $17. But better than a loss, right? And that is the beauty of good risk management, guys. So really, again, now at this point, I would really prefer a move to the upside, right? Because I am no longer in a short position. Unless we see a fire setup here on the live stream, maybe I will enter a fresh short, and maybe you guys will be lucky enough to see that. But if it goes toward, if this stream is anything like any of our other streams, usually price will fall asleep while we're live for 2 hours, and then as soon as I get off, Asia wakes up and completely, either dumps or pumps the market. So, maybe we'll see that setup. If so, I will take it. However, as of right now, I am only in long, so I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping for a little bit of a scam pump to the upside. And if that were to happen, guys, is it possible, right? Well, first off, we do have this green dot on our 8-hour printing, right? And on top of that, right, what do we do when we see that green dot on the 8-hour? I am instantly going down, like it's already just second nature to me. As soon as I see that 8-hour green dot, I'm shooting right down to those lower time frames to check the money flow on the 24 and the 30-minute. And if you have that confirmation of the money flow crossing over into the green at the same time as that 8-hour green dot is printing, oftentimes it can be the start of a bigger move to the upside. Now, this does not guarantee a big move, but oftentimes, if you have other forms of confluence pointing in the same direction, you can oftentimes see this happen. And you guys know we were looking at this same kind of thing popping up here on the 30-minute as we had our money flow coming out as our 8-hour red dot was printing. I believe this was, maybe it was yesterday, right here. Yeah, this was yesterday. Had your 8-hour red dot printing with your 30-minute money flow coming out. Now, obviously, if you entered on that money flow crossover into the red, now, obviously, you would have went for a bit of a ride, but you did get that move down, right? However, or actually, no, that was like kind of the dump candle, right? So if I put a line here, actually, if you waited for the 30-minute money flow crossover, you would have caught a little bit of a late entry. 24-minute money flow, you still would have caught a little bit of a late entry, but you probably could have actually caught a little bit of a nice little scalp off of this, nice little 1.5% move. But here's the thing, guys. Oftentimes it's Oftentimes you want to enter in as the money flow is coming out, right? I don't necessarily, when I used to just trade this strategy, not that, I still use it today, but I just don't enter based off of this stuff, right? I use more advanced techniques now to actually find my entries, but I use this now as a confirmation, right? I use this as if I'm already looking for a short position and I have all my normal confirmations, and then I see this setup happening on any of the 2 time frame sister time frames, I call them. If you have those confirmations on any of the time frames that we look at with the red dot on the higher time frame or the green dot on the higher time frame with the money flow crossover correlating with the corresponding lower time frame, I just look at that as a confirmation for a bigger move, right? So I used to, back in the day, I used to actually enter on the money flow crossovers, and I did see pretty good success with that, right? But then once you start learning more and more, you start to find more advanced ways and better ways to enter your trades. But at this point, I would use this as a confirmation. But nonetheless, guys, even though you did go for a ride, you did get a little bit more of a move down here. And if you did enter, let's say, like in the middle of this candle, we'll give it a little bit of leeway here. You still, if you held it right through that little turbulence, you still would have got at least a 1% scalp. But obviously, that one did not play out the best. But I'm just trying to show you guys kind of how this works, right? If you watch the stream, you've seen this happen a million times on all different time frames. Oftentimes, it gives you a very big move. So are we maybe going to get a bigger move to the upside based off that 8-hour, 30-minute strategy? Potentially, right? But no guarantees. But if we come on to some of these other time frames, you see 10-hour green dot is printing. Your money flow is actually coming back up. 12-hour VWAP coming back up. That is an interesting kind of puzzle piece here with your money flow coming out. And then if you go ahead and come up to the, not the daily, the 16-hour, kind of the same thing, right? Potentially looking for a green dot. So here's my thing, guys. if we are going to see this pump, we are actually setting up here on a lot of the time frames, right? Realize money flow still coming out on the 4-hour generally, right? Locally, it is kind of spiking back up here a little bit, I think. But yeah, you can see you are spiking up a tiny bit here. But in general, you are getting your money flow continuing to the downside on the 4-hour. A lot of these money flow, right? Like 6-hour money flow also coming out, although you have the green dot. So I do think that there is going to likely be a correction incoming here pretty soon, right? The question is, are we going to get a breakout first? And if we do get that breakout, guys, it would be nice because we do have some interesting things that we could be setting up for. And it has to do with actually some of these higher time frames, right? Or medium to higher hourly time frames. 8-hour. If we wind up coming up and putting in, really what I would be looking at here, guys, if we pull up some of the resistance levels we've been looking at, let's go ahead. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, where are all our levels? Is it on the Bitstamp chart? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so as you guys know here, looking at the Bitstamp chart, obviously, if we do get another move up, a big level I will be watching is going to be 36K, guys. 35,995. This is a naked point of control. So what if we get that pump to the upside and we push up into this naked point of control? This would be the reason I think this is interesting, guys, is because if we wind up putting a higher high in here and you get a higher high on your price action, you are actually set up not only on the 8-hour, but also the 12-hour, also the 10-hour, and even potentially, now, not really the daily, but these higher hourly time frames. If you look at that, starting on the 8-hour, right? If you get that push to the upside, your momentum wave will likely come up here. And if we wind up putting in a lower high, this could wind up giving you a nice little bearish divergence. And that might be where that correction winds up coming in at. And we may be able to, again, like this might be where the bigger correction comes in. Because right now, guys, I'm kind of neutral, right? Because obviously, we have the bull pennant, right? And that bull pennant would statistically, more often than not, it's a small percentage. According to Bard, when we asked them yesterday, it's at about 54%, right? And likely all different people have all different numbers for these percentages. But apparently, according to Bard, 54% of the time these do break to the upside, right? And it's a bullish bias pattern, but it's not a bullish guaranteed pattern. So, and again, when we were talking about Bitcoin being a very manipulated asset, and because of this, oftentimes you will see a lot of the retail strategies that are used, such as patterns, get stepped on, right? Because the market makers may be looking at this saying, hey, all the retail is mega bullish, thinking they're going to get a pumpkin pump, and what we're going to do is manipulate price all the way to the downside, stop out all the people who are long from down here, and wreck all those longs, potentially come down here and fill some single prints, and then finally get that move to the upside. So we do see that happen a lot on Bitcoin just because it's so manipulated. But again, you have to understand, there's no way to know 100%. Oftentimes, you will see these bull pennants just break to the upside. But if we do, next key level I will be watching is that naked point of control at about 36K even. And on top of that, you also have just the psychological number or the psychological resistance level of $36,000, right? You have that nice even level that a lot of people probably have limit orders set at, take profits set at for their longs. So oftentimes you will see a little bit of turbulence at these levels, and the fact that it's a naked point of control makes it even stronger. So that's kind of the plan, guys. If we get that scam pump, going to be looking for that reversal, potential bearish divergence. If we get the move down, I will be looking down towards these single prints, getting closer to between about 32.5 and about 31,662, where we have this other local golden pocket retracement, right? So these are the key levels I'm looking at on Bitcoin. And again, we looked at this stuff yesterday, other than talking about the divergence. We basically have been seeing this happen, or what am I saying? Basically been seeing this happen. We talked about this already, right? So again, Bitcoin just kind of sitting here. We are waiting to see if this pennant breaks up or down. But either way, guys, we are prepared to make money in either direction. So let me go ahead and check in on chat real quick here. Let's scroll up a little bit here. I haven't, let's see. Shout out to Liam. What is going on? Liam said, I need this bull run soon. I'm going to get sacked in the next few weeks. Shout out to Liam. Well, hey, Liam, hopefully Frankie Candle's YouTube channel can help you make money in crypto. So getting sacked feels like a promotion to not only a higher pay, but a better quality of life. right? Nobody likes listening to a boss. I'm just kidding, guys. I talk about this all the time. I feel like, everybody online is like, run your own business, or be a trader, right? Like, I think of trading as a business, right? And you have to treat it as a business if you want to be successful. But a lot of people will baby, I almost said a bad word. Some people will poo-poo on 9-to-5s. And obviously, 9 to 5, I get it. I'm on board. I understand why people, it's the rat race. Trust me, I commuted to New York City for a couple of years to work a 9-to-5 job. I know what the rat race feels like, quite literally shoving into a subway with stinky, sweaty New Yorkers cursing each other out, fist fighting in the subway. It's a thing, right? I get it. And I understand why people want to escape that 100%, but I think it gets a little too much hate, right? Like full-time jobs and like 9-to-5s are kind of nice because you don't have to worry about getting liquidated. You don't have to worry about chasing people down that owe you money and people that haven't paid for something that you gave them. Or you don't have to worry about your taxes as much. You don't have to worry about all this other stuff that running a business comes with. And I think a lot of people think that by starting their own business or becoming a trader, not that I highly recommend personally, I say start a business, go do your thing, chase your dreams 100%. But I think a lot of people, there's a lot of people who would be way happier at a 9-to-5 job. People think that when you run your own business, you get to make your own hours and go on vacation whenever you want. And guys, it is the polar opposite. Guys, I went on a cruise and I was still making videos. Now, granted, I'm lucky enough to do something I absolutely love. I'm obsessed with it, right? So it doesn't feel like I'm working. But when you run your own business, it's way more work. You have to spend a lot more time. It's not like you just get to take off for lunch and go run around for 3 hours doing whatever you want, right? Oftentimes, I skip lunch, right? I don't even eat lunch. I never eat lunch because you just got so much stuff going on. So I don't want to hate on 9-to-5s too much, right? Like I always say, chase your freedom, but 9-to-5s can be helpful for sure, and they're comfortable. But anyway, I don't know why I went on that rant. Shout out to Shirley Sound. What is going on? Let's see. Cryptic Sniper said, smash that like button. I forgot to push the likes, guys. Smash that like button if you like Halloween. And shout out to my set. I decorated the set, guys. You like that? Let's go. But yeah, smash that like button if you guys like the content. And if we get 550 likes, yesterday we got 550, and we're now on Friday going to be giving away a free premium Discord membership, 1 month to one lucky CandleMafia member. We will be giving it away on Friday. So we hit 550 likes on tonight's stream. We'll add a Frankie Candles hat to the giveaway. And obviously, every 100 likes you guys get a spin on the Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. And the more spins, we'll also be giving away free crypto. You guys know how it works. Smash out that like button. Let's go. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's see. Jay-Z says 9-to-5. Nah, cash flow, side quest. Yes, Jay-Z, absolutely. Yeah, I 100% fall in the camp of start your own business. I don't fall in the camp that everybody wants to start a business. I think there's a lot of people out there that would really be happier with the job. But if you have that burning desire inside you and that ambition and that bug just biting you every day, I want to do more. I want to do more, and I'm willing to kill myself for it and really work hard, then do it, right? Just go out there and crush, right? Because if you have that burning fire inside of you, that's what's going to carry you through. But let's see. Let's go ahead and see. Shout out to Darren Does Things, said smash. Let's get it. Frankie, should I enter now or wait to buy a few altcoins? Louis B, that depends on what altcoins you're talking about. Some of them are still down. Some of them have had massive pumps. And speaking of those altcoins getting pumps, guys, go ahead and spam those altcoins in the chat right now. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what altcoins we're looking at. Yeah, like I said, we're going to do a little bit of a shorter stream today just because that was all for Bitcoin, right? Not much going on Bitcoin unless we get another massive pump. Well, you guys know we made Bitcoin pump on last Monday, so maybe we could do the same thing here. But we will be taking a look at XRP and Solana, guys. Shout out to Crypto Pollo, or Bitcoin Chicken as I like to call him. Shout out to you, bro, from one farm to another. Shout out to Bitcoin Chicken. I am the crypto. What am I? The I don't know. I'm the something goat. Shout out to Crypto Pollo. Let's see. Shout out to Michael Marby. Said Frankie Candles was rating from 2-Bit Crypto's channel. Oh, shout out to Michael Marby. Yo, we're getting rated right now. Shout out to Michael Marby. 2-Bit Crypto. Yo, let's go. Shout out to 2-Bit Crypto. Thanks for rating us. I appreciate you guys. Well, we're about to break down the TA on some altcoins, and maybe we'll find some trade entries. We'll have to go ahead and check it out. Welcome in 2-Bit Crypto. What is going on? I don't think we've ever been rated before, have we? We've been rated like during collabs by other people's things. We've never gotten randomly rated like this, so shout out to them. I appreciate them a lot. Why is it so cold in the ATL? It is freezing out here. It's nothing to me. New York is way colder than this, but it is cold for ATL for sure. Shout out to Crypto Poyo, man. Unbelievable. But, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the altcoin, guys. And first, we're going to go ahead and check out XRP. Which obviously is kind of the talk of the town today, as we have gotten a move to the upside, guys. And here we are, right? As we were looking at Bitcoin, as we were looking at XRP yesterday, we were looking at this volume profile, and we knew that, although we broke out of this yesterday, we knew as we were breaking out of this value area high and correcting, we were looking at two things, right? We got to look at the bearish case and the bullish case. We were looking for a potential bearish divergence forming. That's what this line is from, if anyone's curious. Whoops. What the heck? What are the chances of that? This line showing the higher highs on price action that we were getting as we were potentially going to print a bearish divergence on the 4-hour. But this is why you do not front run your indicators or any signal you're looking at. You do not want to front run, right? You want to wait for the confirmation. So we had higher highs on our price action outside of the value area high. What is this value area, guys? This is the fair price for or whatever you're looking at, right? Bitcoin, XRP, whatever it is. This is the fair value as we are ranging around in here. So once you deviate from that value area high, you are thinking of this as overbought, and then you could start to look for longs. And last night we were forming somewhat of a bearish divergence, but it did not print or confirm. I don't know if it was printing or not yesterday, but this is why you want to wait for things to confirm, because this did not confirm. And what do we have now? We now have an invalidated bearish divergence. You could see the high here on the momentum wave broke this previous high, invalidating the divergence. And what happened after that? You wound up getting another push to the upside. Now, why is this exciting, guys? Because we knew, right? If you have watched this channel for any length of time, you know, if you've watched this channel at any point since Friday, August 18th, right? If you've been here since the 18th of August and you've seen any stream in between that time where we looked at XRP, we were lackluster on XRP, saying this is boring. We are probably going to respect this range until we break this key level of resistance sitting at about 55 cents. If we break 55 cents, where were we looking up to, guys? Where were we looking up to? If we broke 55 cents, we were looking straight up towards this previous value area low, getting close to about 62 to 63 cents. And we knew that if we were able to hold support here, we may be able to get the quick move up. Not only were we able to know that we could get the move up, but we knew it was likely going to be quick. Why did we know it was going to be quick? Well, it's a little thing called volume gaps, guys. And if we pull up that VPVR, I'm going to turn off Market Cipher A to clean up the chart just a little bit. I'm actually going to open up the settings on this indicator. I'm going to turn off the value area high, value area low POC. And you guys can see here, what are we looking at, right? What are we looking at? Decent volume gap until you get this high volume node right here, which is right on that value area low. So we knew if we were able to get above this value area high, and we were able to sustain support above it, we could get that quick move up right to that value area low. I think we were looking at it yesterday at about 63 cents because this value area low is the value area low from the top of the bull market. And I'm actually going to clean this chart up a little bit. But you guys know, this is the value area low from the top of the bull market where XRP's pump was obviously suppressed pretty bad, right? Because of the lawsuit, we couldn't even break that previous all-time high. But as you guys can see, we were able to. I hope, for the love of God, I hope that somebody out there watching understands what we were looking at yesterday and are seeing it play out today. And I hope that you learn from it and you're able to use this in your analysis going forward to try to catch a big move or the next big move before it actually happens. Shout out to Creighton C. I appreciate that super chat, bro. He says, I don't know how to react when we get raided. Do we say, yo, Creighton, bro, you are, oh God, this man's is funny. Shout out to Creighton C. He says, I don't know how to act when we get raided. Do we say hi? Do we ask for a warrant? What should I do with them? What should I do with my hands? Creighton's nervous, guys, and I'm kind of nervous too. We've never been raided like that. He says, this is so confusing. Are they good? Are they bad? Are our rights being violated? Raids scare me. Yo, shout out to Creighton C, bro. Yo, low key, I kind of felt the same way. I'm like, am I supposed to sit here and talk to everybody that just came in, or just get to the TA and spit instant value for them so they like us? I don't know, Creighton. I'm panicking too, bro. I'm up here, and you just made me more nervous. Guys, hi, guys. Hey, welcome to the channel. My name's Frankie Candles. I like to have really hype trading streams where I show you guys how to make money trading crypto, whether the price goes up or down, so you guys can maybe watch this stream and apply the knowledge or the information that I teach, and maybe you can make a little bit of the cash. But, yeah, Creighton, I don't know. We're weirdos, man. We're probably going to scare them all away. But shout out to Hannah King. Let's go. Shout out to you. Said same. I'm scared, Creighton C. I'm a princess. Shout out to Hannah King. Yo, you guys got me dead in the chat. Okay, now I'm suspicious. Hold me, Hannah. Yo, I can't. You guys are too much, bro. Yeah. Shout out to Stephen Cromie says Solana with a killer 10 days. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a look at Solana next, as that is the next moving altcoin that we're going to take a look at. Throw money at them until they leave. Yo, no, we want them to stay. Kenny, we want them to stay. Well, maybe if we hold the money a little over here. Hey, guys, you want some of this money? Ask Jordy. We could show you how to make some of this. Ask Jordy. I'm just kidding, guys. We're having a good time. We do help you try to make money, or we try to help you and inform you and give you good education to help you make money, whether the price of Bitcoin's going up or down. Shout out to John Vucci. Thank you for that super chat, bro. Let's go. He says, as long as they hit the like button. Yeah, shout out to John Vucci. Let's go. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. We got that quick move through this volume gap up to that value area low, this is exciting, guys. Very exciting for XRP. This is the value area low, or the doorway to higher prices. And this is the doorway to higher prices, guys. Why? Because, well, number one, Bitcoin's consolidating, guys. What happens when Bitcoin consolidates? Oftentimes, and we'll take a look at the Bitcoin dominance in a minute, but what happens when Bitcoin consolidates? Well, if this is a bull pennant, it might break out. But if we continue to consolidate here, guys, this may give the altcoins a little bit of room to run. And if that is the case, it would line up with XRP. I mean, it would be pretty exciting if you're expecting the altcoins to potentially run here, and XRP is knocking on this doorway to higher prices. And why is this the doorway to higher prices? Well, number one, it's the value area low of the previous range. And because we know that, we now know that this is the key level we have to get above and flip to support. If we're able to flip this level to support, this is where we can now open up the door to potentially get a move up to our point of control of the range at about 83 cents. And that is simply just the way the volume profiles behave. It doesn't guarantee that that is what you'll see happen, but more often than not, again, if you've watched this channel at any length, in the past, ever since it started, you guys will know how these volume profiles play out and how often they wind up working out, right? This is how, using this kind of technique, is exactly how I was able to enter a long position at the very bottom of this range and catch this giant move to the upside all the way from the bottom. It has everything to do with the volume profiles, right? And the whole reason we knew we were going to continue to pump is all because we entered a new volume profile, right? And then we knew that we could open up to higher prices. And XRP is at a very exciting place right here, because if we crack that 63-cent level, write this down in your sauce books, in your recipe books, guys. This is the sauce. 63 cents is the key level. If you could get that support resistance flip, if you could flip that resistance to support, that opens the door up to the point of control, getting to about 83 cents. And if you don't believe me, we saw it happen right here. We were also calling for this exact same thing when we got this Lambo candle up to where? Right at the POC. Where did we reject? Right at the POC. And let me actually, I want to see if we had beautiful golden pocket confluence here. And we did, guys. Like, this is a beautiful setup, right? You go right to the POC, big wick, correction down, and then you retrace right to the golden pocket, which is in confluence with your POC. And that is exactly where you rejected from. And where'd you get support? Magically, right at that value area low. It's like it's magic. But, guys, we were looking at the same thing, saying if we could break out of this range, we're looking at 63 cents. And if you could break 63 cents, you're looking at 83 cents, right? And now we're simply just in the same position, right? Doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen, but this is more likely than not. If you flip 63 cents to support, you could see that move up to that POC, which is extremely exciting for XRP. Now, looking at the oscillators, guys, daily money flow crossed over into the green on the daily. This is bullish for XRP. Now, it doesn't mean that it could mean that we're going to Lambo candle up. But here's the thing, guys. Pretty overbought here, right? Pretty overbought here on Market Cypher B. So we could wind up seeing this thing reverse down a little bit and retrace. But because of our fresh money flow crossover into the green, this is bullish, guys. So even if we get a correction, this money flow is letting me know this is not the time to short to zero. This is, in fact, the time where you want to be looking for a correction and waiting to hit key levels to the downside to maybe look for a long position, right? So with the money flow crossover on the daily, I do think this trend could continue to the upside. And again, it makes it that much more exciting that the value area low or doorway to higher prices is sitting right, and we are tapping on the door, right? So with that being said, oh, shit, shout out to Golden gifting the Frankie Candles membership. Come on, Golden, let's go. Shout out to you, bro. 50 Frankie Candles memberships for Halloween. Anybody who's new in here, if you came from the raid and you got a Frankie Candles membership, bro, ooh, baby, welcome to the Mafia. That man's name is Golden, and he gifts Frankie Candles memberships about 150 times a day, I would say. Let's see. Shout out to everybody that just got a membership. Shout out to Golden. Let's go, bro. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for the support. And shout out to the Mafia. If you just got one of those memberships, shout out to Golden and hit him with the golden emoji that you just got access to by getting that membership. Let's go. Oh, shout out to Hannah King. What is going on? Hannah King with the memberships as well. Let's go. You get a membership. You get a membership. Where is Crypto Billy? He probably already said it. Everybody gets a membership. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Shout out to Hannah King. And shout out to Golden. Chat going absolutely ballistic for these people. And I love it. Tiara's in the chat for Hannah King. Why couldn't I say that? For Hannah King, let's go. Shout out to Hannah and Golden. We love you. Thank you so much for the support. And shout out to Captain Kirk, CandleMafia Mama, in the chat. Shout out to you, Cap. What's going on? But guys, let's continue on here. This is very exciting. This is very exciting to see XRP knocking on this door. So that's your key level you got to flip. And now you have those, levels to the upside to look at. Shout out to Brad Guidell. Said, whoever said nothing in life is free, never heard of Frankie Candles memberships. Yo, shout out. Shout out to Brad Guidell, bro. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And guys, I want to be clear. This is the Mafia gifting this. This is Golden and Hannah and the community members gifting this to you guys. This is not coming from me. So shout out to them. And these things, they're cheap if you buy one for yourself. They are not cheap when you buy 5, 10, 15, 50 at a time sometimes. They are not cheap. They are Hannah and Golden and a lot of the other CandleMafia members had spent a ton of money on these memberships for you guys. So shout out to them. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to RP says, bing, bing. Shout out to you, man. But let's go ahead and continue on. So yeah, looking at XRP, guys, fresh money flow crossover. This is looking pretty good to me. But again, it could be that we get a cool off first. But again, I would be looking for longs. Now, pulling up Lux Algo, guys, I want to take a look here. And you can see, right, on the daily chart, right? Not only did we get a break out of this value area high, but we did get a bullish change of character, right? Giving us this bullish market structure indicated by the colored candles. I'll hide this for you guys so you can see it a little bit easier. You guys can see, right? We got this bullish change of character, broke this structure, came in, put in a higher low, and now we have these green candles letting us know that, in my opinion, right? This is when I'm using Lux Algo and I'm looking at the colored candles like this, and you get this bullish change of character, and the candles turn green, right? This is all that. These candles are turning blue because we got this bullish change of character, right? So as soon as we broke this high, we wound up getting that change of character, and that's what changes the candles to green, right, or blue. So once these candles turn blue, we have a bullish change of character, and we can now look for longs, right? In my opinion, I'm not telling you to look for longs. I'm just saying this is what I do, right? Now we can go ahead and start looking at where a likely place for a higher low to come in would be, right? So we can go ahead and pull our Fibonacci retracements, and you can see we have the POC coming in beautiful confluence with the point of control of our previous range, with the smart trail coming right in perfect confluence with both of those levels, right? So this is going to be a big level that I would look at if we do get some kind of crazy correction, right? So if we get some bearish news or something like that, if we wind up getting a big move down, I will be looking at this level for a bounce. And then obviously you want to watch this golden pocket as well. So I'll change this LGP. So there you go, right? Keeping an eye on this golden pocket and that 786 in perfect confluence with the point of control. And then obviously, guys, we don't just want to look at this one. We want to look at also some local golden pocket retracements, which could, like right here is going to be a big zone of support, right? Between about 0.5670 and the 786 sitting at about 55 cents, almost perfectly even. So these are the levels that I would be looking at for bounces, right? Because I just said, based off these blue candles, we are looking for higher lows to come in. So if we get a big move down, preferably, I'd like to come down to the POC or the golden pocket and 786. One of these two levels, would be kind of the saucier levels in my opinion, but there is no guarantee that we get all the way back down there. So we want to keep a lookout for these local golden pocket 786 retracements, as well as this value area high. So again, we are looking for higher lows to come in. That higher low could come in on that blue box before we break that value area low and enter this new range with the potential target of about 83 cents. So pretty exciting stuff here, guys. And yeah, shout out to XRP. Shout out to anyone holding XRP. I mean, not the biggest move in the world, right? You zoom out, right? It's just exciting because we know that key level that we just broke out, of is a very key level indeed, right? And it could mean that we are going to see higher prices as we have that bullish change of character on the daily time frame. So there you go, guys. That is what I'm looking at on XRP. Shout out to the XRP army. That daily money flow looks dang good. And again, like, not going to be surprised if we get a short-term cool-off here, right? Because again, daily VWAP, cooling off slightly, but your 2-day looking for a red dot potentially very soon. But nonetheless, going to be looking for higher lows rather than a dump down to zero, right? And even if we came all the way back down to 50 cents, I am still remaining bullish until we crack that POC. Then I'm looking for lower prices, potentially getting down to about 44 cents. So there you guys go. There's XRP. And what I think of it, that's not what I think of it. I like XRP, but that's what I think about the price action. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Wish I would have bought more XRP. Shout out to Darlene. No problem. You can always buy the next dip. Do not FOMO in at high prices. Not that this is necessarily very high prices, but when you're looking in the grand scheme of things, and again, guys, I'm actually going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance in just a second, but remember, guys, when we're zooming out here, right, like I know some of the alts are pumping and stuff, but, looking at things in the grand scheme, right, now, like, obviously, Link getting a very nice move to the upside, right, INJ getting a very nice big move to the upside, right? Actually nearing all-time highs, if this is the actual all-time high, I believe it is. But these are newer coins, right? These are coins that have not seen an actual bull market, right? Not Link, but INJ, right? INJ has not seen an actual bull run yet. So DOT, right? Look where DOT is. DOT is still at the lows here, guys. DOT is still chilling at the lows. A lot of people would be looking at a lot of people look at the 1 hour, right? So they're looking at the 1 hour like, oh, God, I'm not buying that. That's the top. I'm not buying the top. Are you kidding? But zoom out, right? If you're loading up for the next bull run, you are quite literally buying the bottom. If the bottom is in, you are quite literally buying the actual bottom for DOT, right? When you're looking in the grand scheme of things. But when you're looking at the 45-minute chart, you might look at this and be like, oh, God, I'm not buying this, right? But zoom out, guys, right? I just want people to realize, like, we are still at pretty low prices, right? OP, some of the coins are ripping, right? But XRP, right, zooming out, doesn't have a lot of price history, but even XRP, pull up the Bitstamp chart for more price, and you can see here, right, like, again, where are we? 2017, we hit about $3.40, $3.38. And then in 2021, we didn't even break that all-time high because of the lawsuit. And then, we got this big spill, and, like, we're still hanging out down here, right? So if you're a believer that XRP can potentially go between $5 and $15 potentially, right? $5 and $10 is kind of more what I'm calling for, unless we get some kind of crazy blow off. But, if you are in the camp that XRP is going to go to $10, say, like, you are still, like, if you get up to the $10 mark, right, you are still, you're still sitting pretty down here, right? Like, where was the bottom? This was the 2021 top, right? The bottom was right here. I'm like, are you going to care if you bought right here or right here if you're going all the way up here? I don't think so. Shout out to Influencers Point. Thank you for that super sticker. I appreciate you. Hopefully you didn't mean to do a super chat and now you got to buy two. Hopefully that's not the case. But shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Frankie, I can't wait until after the top. I'm ready to give some memberships and super chats to the Mafia, and I'm traveling across the country, baby, living the life. Hashtag I'm retiring Frankie. Shout out to Faden Tradfi. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Well, hey, if you pop through the ATL, bro, let me know. We'll meet up and we'll hang out. We'll grab some lunch or something. Shout out to you, bro. And yeah, shout out to you, man. But let's see. SA says, would you trade a great setup but not much volume, or something with lots of volume but not the best setup? I'd probably go for the better setup. Because it's just a higher probability win. It may not get the bigger move, but what I could do, right, like what I would do, I wouldn't recommend everybody do this, but what I would do is I would probably lean on the leverage a little bit, right? Because if there wasn't a lot of volume, and I thought the move might be muted a little bit by that low volume, but it was a fire setup, I may just go like on a degen leverage trade, right, where I don't need that big move. I just need a tiny little move. And if it's a high probability that the price will go where I think it will go, I'm going with that 100% of the time, especially if it's against high volume and not a great setup. I'd take the better setup every single time. I'd rather have 15 amazing setups play out a little bit than get into, 10 high volume setups that are and like, because here's the thing, if you have a lot of volume and it's a terrible setup, that thing's gonna rip in the wrong if it rips in the wrong direction, it's gonna get a big move in the wrong direction and you're gonna get wrecked. So hopefully that answers your question, bro. Great question. Let's see. I had a nice bag of XRP at 38 cents. My girlfriend threw away my seed phrase. Dang it, Mrs. Crypto Killer Whale. Come on. No, I'm just kidding. Threw away my seed phrase, and before I could transfer it off, my phone broke. No way, Crypto Killer Whale. I am so sorry to hear that, bro. That is a tragic story. But that's okay, bro. That's okay, bro. Just keep stacking, and we will be at higher prices at some point, and you won't even think about that, right? Maybe you'll hit a low cap alt, and you won't even be thinking about your XRP, bro. All right, let's see. Crypto Killer Whale definitely hurts, but that's the price of your education. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Crypto Independent. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. 100%. Just let that be a learning lesson, and as long as you learn from your mistakes in crypto, you're in good shape, right? Like the lessons I didn't learn in my trading journey was being greedy, right? I had to learn that lesson probably 50 times. I had to blow up a bunch of accounts in order for me to actually get that through my brain. Stop chasing trades. Stop revenge trading. Stop being greedy. Like, I always tell people this, and I share this in my premium Discord, and I'll tell you guys this right now. Put it this way. When you're in a trade, right? Now, I'm probably going to, a lot of people are going to relate to this likely, right? Because something I struggled with a lot was being greedy with my trades. And listen, we're going to keep looking at the altcoins here, guys. And I know this isn't like the sexy stuff. You guys want to see all the altcoins, and we're going to look, don't worry. But real quick, I want to talk to you guys about this because it's extremely important, because you can know all the setups. You can know exactly where price is going to go. And if you don't understand and get under control what I'm about to talk about, you're never going to make money on the best trades ever, right? Like, you can be in the best trade ever, the best setup, you have the best TA, and if you don't understand this, you're never going to make money. And don't be greedy. The biggest thing I struggled with was being up in a trade and not taking the profit because it wasn't life-changing money. That is not the point of trading. That is the eventual plan for trading, right? Your trading plan, right? Your goal with your trading career should not be to get rich quick. You are going to lose all your money if you approach it like that. So my problem is when I first started trading, I had such a small account that I could be up 150%, and the dollar amount was not enough to like change my life. So I would never take the profit, and I would just hold the trade waiting for it to go to $1 million, and every single time, obviously, I would get wrecked. And this is something that helped me a lot. I don't remember who told me this, but it helped me a lot. Picture your P&L, right, at your live unrealized profit, when that number is going up and down, up $50, up $100, up $2,000, whatever your account size is. That number on the screen, say it's $100 for easy math. If it says $100 and somebody walked by your desk and just put $100 on the desk, cash, and you saw that $100 sitting on your desk, would you pick it up and put it in your pocket? Or would you just leave it there hoping that someone else comes and drops another 100? Right? Now, if it was, if you're up 50 cents or if you're up 2 cents, right, are you going to, push people out of the way to pick 2 pennies up off the floor? I don't think so. I wouldn't. I don't even carry change. And it's not because I don't think it's worth anything, but it's just like, it's annoying, right? Like, and I don't want that to to be like it's money, right? But like 2 pennies, you're not going to go out of your way to go collect 2 pennies, right? Because especially at this point with all the inflation, it's like not worth anything, right? So, but for me at the time, I was letting $100 ride and then go to zero. When $100 at that time I used to have to work like a whole day to make $100, and I just wouldn't take that profit because it wasn't life changing. But if I could go back and stop being greedy and think to myself, hang on, if there was $100 cash sitting on my desk right now, I would 100% take that $100 bill and put it in my pocket. What am I doing? There's $100 in front of me right here, and I could take it. But no, I won't, because I'm daydreaming about it becoming $1 million. It's very unlikely to happen, right? Almost impossible. In my specific situation, that was never going to happen, right? So if that money was sitting on the floor, would you pick it up? If you've had a $100 bill at the bowling alley, like Mrs. Candles did, actually it was a 50, but would you pick it up, right? I would pick up $50 as long as it wasn't, I'd ask her. Mrs. Candles did ask around, like, hey, did anybody drop this? I would obviously ask people, but like $50, like why not pick that up off the floor, right? So imagine that when your P&L says $25, everyone's in a different situation, but if your P&L says $25, sure, that's not going to change your life. Sure, maybe that barely puts gas in your car. But if you found $25 on the floor, would you pick it up or walk right by it? If the answer is pick it up and you're up 100%, right, and it's $25 is the profit you're working with, then take that money, right? Because you're waiting for a trade that is never going to happen, right? You're waiting for a trade that's going to be up 2,000,000%, and it's never going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be very far and few between, very unlikely, and very rare, right? So, and it's basically gambling. So you might as well just go to Vegas. So there you go. That is something that helped me a lot. I don't know how I just lost my voice, but that is something that helped me a lot in my trading. If the money was on the floor, would you pick it up? And then I promise you're going to start seeing more green trades. Focus on the percentage, not the dollar amount, especially if you're just starting. Anyway, shout out to Influencer's Point. I appreciate you so much, bro. Says, please help Frankie. I lost $100K, my house money. Can you do TA on Ape, please? I'm in big trouble. My wife doesn't know. Shout out to Influencer's Point. Yes, I'll take a look at Ape right now. Let's go. Take a look at Ape right now. And then we got Solana and VRA on the list next. Let's go ahead and check a look. I appreciate all 715 people of you guys hanging out here with us as my voice decides to ghost me. Shout out to our new ghost. I might leave that up there. I kind of like that. But anyway, thank you for being here, guys. Shout out to all 715 of you guys. Smash that like button if you guys like the content or you learned something. Or smash that like button if the next time you're in a trade, you're going to take that profit because of what I just said. Shout out to you guys. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at ApeCoin. I'm actually going to see if I can find. You could buy ApeCoin on Coinbase? I didn't realize that. All right, let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Shout out to Influencer's Point. First off, I don't know if you were like joking about the 100K. If that's true, bro, I am so sorry about that. That's not fun, bro. That is a horrible. That's not a small amount of money to lose. That's horrible. I really feel for you, bro. But if you're kidding, that's funny. But if not, man, I really do feel for you. But here we go, right? Daily money flow crossing over into the green. This looks very similar to XRP, right? It looks similar to XRP. It looks similar to the what else did we look at? Similar to XRP, not similar to Bitcoin. It looks similar to a lot of the altcoins, right? So money flow crossover into the green would be a pretty good sign, right? This is indicating that the trend will likely continue to the upside. And again, when we look here, guys, at ApeCoin, remember, a lot of people are looking at the 45-minute and they're going, I'm not buying that. That's the top. You're a moron if you buy that. It all depends on your plan. What is your plan with ApeCoin? Are you looking for a short-term scalp trade? Then this is probably not the time to long, right? But are you looking to accumulate over time? You should not be paying attention to the 1 hour if you're looking to buy for the long term. I hear a dog. Is there a dog in my house? Guys, if Mrs. Candles surprises me on the live stream with a puppy, which she won't do, I know that for a fact, but I just heard a dog. That was weird. Anyway, continuing on here. Again, like think in the long term, guys. Zoom out to the weekly at least. Are you buying the top of ApeCoin? Definitely not. Definitely not, right? You're buying the bottom. So keep that in mind. I don't want to, at some point, guys, even if we get lower lows, I know people still think things are going to crash. I think it's less likely to break the lows, at least on Bitcoin. Maybe some of the alts, like some of them, but I'm more of a believer that the bottom is in for Bitcoin, which means that a lot of the alts are probably bottomed out. Maybe some of them will make another low, but I think it's less likely. And even if we make more lows, guys, You have to buy in at some point. Do not try to snipe the bottom. This is why I dollar cost average, because even if we get another move down, now I don't really buy ape, but if I were, I would have probably started buying over here, right? Maybe not. Maybe I probably would have started buying over here. I don't know. But you want a dollar cost average, because like you're not going to be upset if you're, oh my God, you're buying up here, right? Well, what if it goes lower? Cool. It went lower. I'll buy more down here. Well, what if it goes lower? Cool. I'll buy more down here, right? But what if it rips to the upside? No one ever says that. What if it goes up, right? And no one ever says that. In a bear market, no one ever talks about what if it pumps. Everybody just says, oh, what if it goes down, right? It's the same thing in the bull market. And you guys will relate to this a little better. Nobody ever says, what if it dumps? Everyone's like, well, what if it pumps? I don't want to miss out, right? So it's the same thing. You're just being greedy in the opposite direction. The bears in a bear market, the hyper bears are greedy in the bear market, and the permabulls are greedy in the bull market. So just understand that you have to buy in at one point. So what happens if price takes off from here, right? But you're looking to buy lower. I'm holding out. I'm going to get the exact bottom. Let me tell you, as someone who does this full time and fully understands this, no one knows where the exact bottom is going to be. And if you have someone who you think knows what they're doing and they know exactly where the bottom is, they are lying to you. So what happens if we get a move to the upside? You're going to be stuck down here and you're going to wind up buying on the way up. That's what most people do. No one wants to buy as the price is going down, but it is literally what you want to do when you're DCAing in. You're not trying to wait for the bottom. You're buying a little bit. It drops lower. You're buying a little bit every day, every week, or every month. But looking at ApeCoin here in the long term, I will say this. Weekly, VWAP is starting to cool off. Not really much we could take away from that. Taking a look at the 5-day. Yeah, 3-day and 2-day. This looks very similar to everything else, right? VWAP coming down, but money flow is cruising to the upside. This, again, bullish in the long term. VWAPs look like they may want to cool off here, right? And you do have your red dot confirmed on your daily. But again, what are we looking at? Again, going back to Lux Algo. Similar setup here, guys, right? What is happening here? Bullish change of character. Candles turn green. We can now start looking for longs, right? So if we pull our fib, especially if you could find some confluence, right? So if you pull your fib from the low to the high, what do we have here? Well, we have our golden pocket. We have our golden pocket retracement coming in perfect confluence with the smart trail. You can see it in blue there. I might have to change the color of that so people can see it. But what's happening there? Boom, right? Golden pocket, smart trail confluence, and your 786 is down here. You obviously want to keep an eye on that as well. So these are kind of the two levels of support I would be looking at, but let's go ahead and take a look at some more of the local and like what's happening. Yeah, this is let me go ahead and move to, yeah, I mean, maybe you get a bounce right here too. I'll keep this fib here. But really what I'd like to see is a tap on this 786. This 786 right here, which is also a local golden pocket when pulled from the bottom, right? So I would really like to see a bounce off of this blue box, but you may catch some support on the golden pocket. But the money flow is letting you know that we're not looking for shorts to zero, right? We are simply looking for moves to the downside before a potential higher low, right, to continue to the upside. Low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, maybe. Higher low over here, maybe. Higher low over here, maybe. Right? We don't know exactly where that higher low is going to be, but now we have those key levels, which is going to be our trap. That is our trap. It's our fishing net. When price gets into our trap, this is where we reassess the price action, look for our confirmations, and if we can get the confirmations, that's where we look for the long position. You don't want to enter in on the big green candles. You want to wait for the retracement into your key levels and then get that big move to the upside. So there you guys go. That is what I would be looking at. Guys, what... Ooh, baby, we're gonna break the mouse, guys. I'm switching mice. Shout out. Where is Crypto Totoro? Is Crypto Totoro here? Shout out to Crypto Totoro. Crypto Totoro, if you're here, let me know, bro. I gotta talk to you real quick. BTC pumping. Oh baby, guys. I told you we might be able to pump it today. Oh man, you guys tricked me. I mean, it is kind of pumping, but I thought you guys meant like breaking out. Shout out to you guys. All right, let's see. Shout out to Eric Bonici. What is going on, my paisan? What is going on, brother? Let me pop some of this Aztecian cactus moss water. We got Send It to the Moon. Shout out to Learning, dropping those. Almost forgot the name of them. Shout out to Learning for dropping those crystal balls. Let's go. Shout out to Learning. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. Good to see you. Let's see. Is it good to enter XRP? Oliver, it is a more it's a deeper question than that. Is it wait, what did I say? Is it too late to enter? Oh, is it a good entry? An entry for what? Are you looking to long it? Are you looking to short it? Are you looking to buy it for the long term? Are you looking to get into a trade for a couple hours? Are you looking to get into a trade for a couple days, a couple weeks? If you let me know what you're looking for, I will answer your question. But you need more detail than that, right? Because if you're looking for a short, it's going to be a completely different. It's going to be the opposite answer than if you're in a long. So if you let me know, wait, who asked it so I know who to look for? Who said it? Oh no, Oliver. Yeah. Is it good to enter? Okay, yeah. Oliver, let me know a little. Oh, right here. I have 34K invested and I want to hold long. Oh, okay, boom. Let's go. Oliver's on it. Quick. Shout out to you, bro. Like I just said, looking at it in the long term, right? XRP. We'll go to the Bitstamp chart to get a little more price action, right? What are we looking at here? Well, let me zoom out to the daily. Actually, let's go to the weekly, right? If you're looking for the long term, here's the thing, right? If you're looking for the long term, that says to me that if you bought here and it dumps to here, you don't care. You would probably just buy more, right? And if it dumped here, you would probably buy more. So here's the thing. For me, if I'm dollar cost averaging in XRP, I'm buying every week, every day, every month, whatever I have it set to, and I'm not paying attention to it, right? It's like I bought a little bit of a pump. Sure, I bought a little bit up here, but then, right? So maybe I bought a little bit up here, but I also bought some here. I also bought some here, here, right? So I don't care that I bought the top because I also bought all the way down and I bought all in here, right? So that's what I would say, Oliver. I would just say think of it in the long term. Obviously, XRP is a little bit of a specific case, right? Because they have the lawsuit going on. So, me looking at XRP right now, I would say this, right? If you're looking at the top of the 2021 bull run, right, which was obviously suppressed, right now you're getting it at 70% off. Right. So for me, if you think XRP is going to $10, if you think XRP is going to $5, like I just explained before, think of it like this. When price winds up being at $10, if it does, I'm not saying it's definitely going there, but if it were to go to $10, are you going to be mad that you bought here? Probably not. Even if price goes like this, right? And then that. Are you going to be mad when you're sitting at $10? Are you going to be mad that you bought all the way down here, even though it dipped lower? So just think of it like that. So for me, I wouldn't care. I would just dollar cost average in at these prices. But I'm not a financial advisor, so that is a decision you have to make, Oliver. But that's what I do, right? So I wouldn't care about buying here. If you really wanted to be a stickler, if you want to kind of front run price, it might, it's kind of hard to say, right? Because you're getting a green dot on the, your green dot's confirmed on the daily money flow crossover. I think it will go up from here, medium term. But you should not make that decision based off what I say. I could be wrong, right? I've been wrong before. So, but again, if you're not looking to sell and then if you're looking to hold it through the next bull run, in my opinion, you pick it up here. Who cares if it pumps or dumps? If it dumps, buy more. If it pumps, great. You're not selling it anyway. You're waiting till 2025. So there you go. There's my 2 cents on that, Oliver. Hopefully that helps you out, bro. But most importantly, bro, you got to do what you think is right. But that's my analysis. I'm bullish on XRP in the next bull run. And for me, I would be buying here, no problem. All right, let's go ahead and move on. So let's go back to ApeCoin, and shout out to actually this looks like old TA, but hey, the levels are respected. Actually, I don't think this is that old, but I'll just do fresh TA for you guys. All right, let's pull up the Binance chart. Okay, so here we are, right? Money flow crossing over into the green. This is likely to continue the upside. But again, wait, where is the ape? Where's the ape chart that we were just looking at? Come on. Here it is. Okay, so those are the levels I'd be looking at on ape. Cool off, put in a higher low, and then get that bigger move to the upside. Your next significant level of resistance, in my opinion, if you do get the pump, is going to be right here at this golden pocket, sitting at about $1.70. So there you go. All right, let's see. Thank you so much, Oliver. No problem. Hopefully that information was able to help you out just a little bit. I tried my best. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here. Crypto winter is over, said CoinDesk. Oh boy, maybe a giant dump incoming. I don't know. Shout out to Lewis. Not Lewis. Lewis wants to see Solana. We were actually going to take a look at Solana next. 2025 is going to be the year. That's what I think, following the 4-year cycle. Leroy said that, Leroy Essel, what is going on, bro? Said crypto winter is over, said CoinDesk. Hey, potentially, I think, shout out to mine. Shout out to mine. But I don't know why I'm like this, guys. But yeah, I mean, I agree, right? Like I've basically been saying that since we hit 15.5, saying that 15.5 was likely the bottom for Bitcoin. But, obviously, what most retail is going to think by reading that article is that it's just going to go to 100K right now. But that's likely not the case, right? Likely, even if we get another pump to the upside, some kind of correction will come in here. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still in the camp. 15.5 is likely the bottom. Not impossible to break those lows, but much, much less likely to break those lows, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and move on to Solana, guys. I got the studio door open here. Mrs. Candles can probably just hear me scream talking. But anyway, guys, I don't know what to say here. Guys, the volume profiles are offensively accurate. They're or not accurate, offensively reliable. Offensively reliable. Creighton C says, run! Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Solana is going crazy. So let's take a look at this, guys. I want to run around my desk right now, guys. I want to run around this studio and scream volume profiles. They are scarily accurate, guys. I'm kidding. Happy Halloween. Anyway, I don't know. I'm like this. But, guys, what were we looking at on Solana recently? Let me spawn all these levels, right? Okay. So what happened here was that we were first down here, right? We broke out of this volume profile, and we were looking next up to this area of consolidation right here. Let me pull this up. Right here, right? So we were looking at this previous area of consolidation, and what did we do? We extrapolated that volume profile all the way out to the right to our current price action. And this, because we know that when price leaves an area of balance, which is right here, we were inside this area of balance. We knew that likely if we were to break out here, price is likely going to either go create new balance somewhere, shout out to the sneakers, or get a move into an old volume profile, which would be right here. And we would range around likely in that volume profile. And what happened? Obviously, we got to break into that level, right? We got to break, came up, hit it as resistance, came up, flipped it to support. Where are we looking for price to go next? Well, you're looking for it to go to the POC, which I believe is this white line right here. Let me double check that. Yes, it is, right? So your POC is, let me hide some of this local TA, guys, because this is, I'm actually just going to get rid of some of this stuff so we could talk through this, right? Come up to your previous value area low, which I will label, right? Flip it to support, and then once you flip this level to support, you're looking for a move up to your point of control, right? Bing, bong, an eventual move up to your point of control, which I just deleted. That's not what I wanted. Boom. All right, let me get rid of some of this stuff, guys. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. So again, right, looking at the previous value area low. Bear with me. We get the move. Bang our head. Flip it to support. This holding it as support is where you're looking for the move up to the POC. What happened? Direct move right up to the POC. And what happens at the POC oftentimes? Oftentimes, we will go ahead and see price range around, right, and stick to that POC like a magnet. Price ranges around, sticks to the POC, tests it a few times, and then boom, we break out. And yesterday, I believe, let me pull up the levels again. Yesterday, what we were looking for on Solana was the fact that I think we had this, we had this little breakout, right? First breakout of this volume profile, bull pennant, breakout, and then we were looking at this local range. And she's still pushing, right? She's still pushing. Looking at this local range for a potential another breakout to the upside, because now that we are above our point of control here, guys, that was our key level of support, right? Or key level of resistance, really. Let me spawn the levels real quick. There we go. Once you break that POC, you're expecting a price to move where? Shout out to Creighton C. Hit me with it, right? Once you flip that value area low to support, you're looking for the POC. But what happens when you flip the POC? Where are we looking up to? Creighton C. When we get on top of that POC, There we go. Shout out to Cryptic Sniper. Shout out to Hollow Crypto. Let's go. Oh, no, they said POC, value area high. That's right. Shout out to Wolf of Crypto and Cryptic Sniper. We are looking for a move to the value area high, and I want to press home, guys, and this is not to say, look at us, we were right. This is not why I'm saying this. I'm saying this so you guys can learn and do this yourself, right? We've been looking at this volume profile for quite some time, saying that if we were this exact thing, guys, if we get above this key level, we could look for a move to the POC. All my money just fell off the table. But anyway, we were saying if you get above that value area low, look for a move to the POC. If you flip the POC, we're looking up to the value area high. Now, obviously, there is going to be some resistance, right? We have some levels in between the value area high and where we're at right now. You can see we got a rejection back here in 2022. We also got a beautiful rejection in 2022 again from this level. So this could be another level of resistance that we may be able to get a little bit of a rejection from. But here's the thing. In general, whether we get that rejection from this level or not, come on. There we go. Whether we get a rejection at this level, right? This level is sitting at about 38.79. So we may go ahead and make a move above that level and then get a rejection. But in the long term, guys, we could make a move for that value area high, getting up to about $41.41. And again, if this does not prove that to you, that the volume profiles are indeed reliable, I don't know what will. You have your previous value area low right here. And you can do this, guys. You can do this with ranges that are far away, right? You don't need to do this on only ranges that are close, right? This range was pulled all the way back from June 2022, right? So you could do this with old ranges, and you have your this is how I do it. I label it previous value area low or just value area low. I usually do previous if it's an old one, right? Previous value area low, previous POC, and then you have your previous value area high. Where is it? Right here. Right? So we know once you flip this key level, now you know where to look up to, the POC. When you flip that POC, you now know to look up to the value area high. Next target for Solana, 41.41. That is where I'm looking. Again, not a straight shot. We could get rejected here. But, level of resistance here at about 38.79. Get a rejection here. Likely price action will be messy. However, once you get above that level, you could see a move up to the previous value area high. So there you go, guys. That is what I'm looking for on Solana. Other than that, taking a look at the daily, take a look at the indicators. Fresh green dot printing. This thing looks good, right? Money flow coming back up. Take a look at the 2-day and the 3-day. 3-day fresh green dot. 3-day. 2-day fresh green dot, 3-day looking for a cool off, but the money flow looks good, guys. The money flow indicates the higher term trend will continue to the upside. Shout out to Norma. Norma, I don't know how to say that, but shout out to Norma. Said, happy Halloween, Frankie. Happy Halloween to you too. Shout out to you. V1C. Shout out to you. You think it's risky to have trades open at the FOMC meeting tomorrow? Shout out to V1C. Here's the thing. I'll tell you how I handle these, guys. I will be live streaming the FOMC meeting tomorrow. We'll just be looking at the charts. I'll live stream the speech as well, or the press conference and all that, as we typically do. We'll be live looking for trades. But for the most part, guys, I don't trade on these news days, right? If I am in a position, I will manage the risk heavily and then sit in the position, right? If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. If I, whatever. But I'm managing the risk heavily. I don't actively trade on these days. Typically what I like to do is let the dust settle and then actually trade the aftermath, right? Let the dust settle, let price find a range. If it gets a big move, recently it's been really lackluster during the meetings, but I will hold my positions, but I will not be actively looking for trades tomorrow morning because likely if you get into a good long position, right, by the time that meeting happens, you're probably going to get a liquidity hunt or, price action is going to get crazy pump and dump and you're going to get stopped out. Usually the shorts get wrecked and the longs get wrecked on these days, but we're going to be, if we find a good trade, maybe we'll get in. I will hold my, I think we see some good shorts, hopefully, because we are going to be looking for a correction, right? Because again, for FOMC, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow, you have to understand, especially on Bitcoin, especially on Bitcoin, right? Like red dot on the 3-day, red dot on the 2-day. So again, maybe we get a scam pump and then a dump, or a dump and then a pump. But these, again, although things are looking bullish for Bitcoin, right? Like money flow in the higher time frames continuing up. And this would indicate that the trend will continue. But we have a lot of stuff down here that we may want to come tap, right? There's a lot of stuff down here we might want to come tap. So, and again, higher term VWAPs. These white waves are coming to the zero line, printing these red dots. This indicates a short-term cool-off, right? So it would make sense to get a little bit of a push to the downside for these higher time frames to kind of play out to the downside before reloading and getting another blast to the upside and potentially breaking these highs at 36K and maybe breaking 36K and potentially getting up into the 38 to 40K levels, in my opinion, would be the next kind of leg up. So that's what we're looking at on whatever altcoin we were just looking at. What were we looking at? On Solana, right? Simply just playing the volume profile. And again, you could predict this stuff before it happens, guys, by looking at the volume profiles. So there you go. Next target for Solana for me, 38.66. I'd be careful of a rejection. But other than that, we're working our way up to that value area high, but expect some noise along the way. So there we go. And then in the short term for Solana, fresh green dot. This thing might keep ripping. So shout out to Solana. And last but not least, guys, let's go ahead and check out VRA. Shout out to the Prez. Said, what do you think about entering a long on Bone? We could take a look at Bone potentially. If we have time, I'll take a look at Bone for you, bro. I did want to end this stream a little bit early. Might go for 2 hours. Who knows, guys? You know I'm bad at doing that. I'm real bad at I think we've done like 2 short streams in my life. But hey, it is what it is, right? But yeah, maybe we'll take a look at Bone in a second. Like even here, right? Like I know these levels weren't hit as beautifully, but where is this range pulled from? Hold on. I don't know where this range is pulled from, but we have the same thing, right? We have this. This is definitely a value area high, value area low, and a POC. I don't know from where, but you could see here, like these levels are like, right? Likely this is pulled from this range back here. But you know that even if you're all the way below this range, right? If you're in bar replay mode, if you come all the way back here, right? And you're looking at this. You're looking at it saying, hey, if this is a value area low, if we get up here, flip this to support and break this level, we can go to the POC and then the value area high. What happens? Now, obviously, we shot right through the value area low, but if you come to a super low time frame, you can see that indeed you did break above, flip it to support, and then where'd you go? Right to the point of control, right? This is not just like one cherry-picked example. We look at live examples of this every single day on the channel, but you went right to the POC. As now at this point, you get the rejection at the POC as you would expect. But from here on out, as long as you hold this value area low as support, you are going to be looking up back towards that point of control. And then if you flip that point of control to support, that's where you're looking for the value area high. And just to kind of show you guys how this plays out, obviously we know we're in bar replay mode. But what happens, right? You wind up deviating slightly below that value area low, but you hold it as support right back to the POC, and now you're ranging around, and then boom, we'll go back to the lower time frame and see what happened here. You bing bong around, go back to the POC, flip the POC to support. Where's the next stop going to be? The value area high, and you went right there, right? And then on the way down, you can use this in the same way. Right now you're looking, now we're above the value area. Now I know that we're sitting above the value area high. If we get back into this range and we can't get back above the value area high, I will now be looking back down towards the POC. Now I'm not doing any additional analysis here. You have to do the additional analysis, but let's see if it just plays out by just looking at the volume profile. No, you break back out, right? So that's why you don't want to just rely on these. But, you still could have caught a nice little scalp on that. But that's how the volume profiles play out. And now, again, you are above your volume profile, putting in a bearish divergence here. This is the 7 minutes, so you're not really I don't pay too much attention to the 7 minute. But let's see what happens on the higher time frames. Let's go to the 1 hour, right? Or let's go to the 2 hour. Let's see. Boom. Okay, so now we're starting to play around with this volume profile, right? So now you're saying, okay, we might get accepted back in here again. Let's see if we can get back down to the POC. If you get multiple attempts at the value area high and you can't get back above and you don't break out, you can't get back above here, you're looking down to the POC. And again, you would want to do other analysis, right? We have a confirmed bear div here on the 2 hour, potentially the 4 hour, right? Let's see if we can get back down there. Right to the POC. Right to the POC. Where'd you get the support? Right at the POC. If you lose the POC, you're looking to the low. Right back to the value area high. We'll just watch how it behaves, right? Just playing with that value area high. Well, there you go. Just wanted to kind of show you guys that. Can't get back above. Oftentimes you go back to the POC, and then obviously you're probably going to come back down and interact with these levels again. Let's see. We're just having fun at this point. Oh, yo! Shout out to Piano Matty B. Said, Frankie the GOAT. The GOAT. Hey. Shout out to Piano Matty B. Bro, yo. Maddie, bro, shout out to Piano Matty B. Bro, shout out to you, man. I didn't know you were in here. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Matty B, bro, hit me in Discord DMs, bro, or Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter or something. I want to chat, bro. We got to get something going, man. I'd love to have you on the channel. Shout out to Piano Matty B. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. That was not who I thought was going to super chat. Shout out to guys, go check out Piano Matty B. Bro, shout out to you, man. Let's go. Show Matty B some love in the chat, guys. Let's go. That's awesome. That was the last person I thought that was going to be. Shout out to Piano Matty V. Let's go. Will do, bud. Yeah, shout out to Matty. Bro, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. People hate the shout-outs. Not people. You know, the haters hate the shout-outs. But when Matty B pops in, you got to show him love. Let's go. But continuing on here, guys. Yo, let's go. Piano's in the chat for Matty B. Let's get it. Let's go. But continuing on here, guys. This is that's basically just how I look at the volume profiles, right? And again, like how I use them to try to predict what price is going to do next. And where are we now? Obviously, Veracity has broken out of this volume profile. I would consider this a decisive breakout. So what would I be doing? I'm actually, let's go. Shout out to Golden. Bro, I'm trying not to, if there's any haters in here, we don't want to piss them off too much by shouting people out, but shout out to Golden for gifting those Frankie Candles memberships, bro. You are... Okay, Golden shut down the stream. Golden broke the stream, guys. TradingView is closed. The stream is over. Go home. Golden ended the chat, ended the stream. I don't know what just happened. I don't know how that just crashed. But shout out to Golden, man. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for showing love. You're the man, and I appreciate you endlessly, and I know the Mafia does as well. Maybe Matty B got a membership. That would be so fire if Matty B has a membership. But it's too funny, man. Let's go. You Golden, bro, dude, you're nuts, bro. Shout out to Golden, man. Golden owns YouTube. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Golden was like Jeff Bezos or something. Shout out to Golden, man. Absolutely insane. Golden, bro, I want a low key. Never mind. I don't want to promise this because I don't know if it's gonna happen. But I don't know. I want to try to like. I don't know if it'll be up there all the time, but I want to do something when you gift memberships, bro. Because if we could get a golden emoji LED sign at Tony D, that would be crazy. And like we can make it flash and stuff. That'd be so cool. Shout out to you guys, or Golden specifically for the memberships. Appreciate it. Sauce everywhere. Let's go, doggy dog. But guys, let's take a look. Where is Veracity going from here? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this old area of consolidation right here, right? So I'm gonna grab my. What is with my sensitivity, guys? This is really annoying. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull my. Let's pull this right here, right? Let me unextend it to the right. Bada boom, bada bing. And here we are, right? And now I want to extrapolate. Look at the golden emojis. Yo, shout out to Emax. Let's go. Said behind you, Frankie. Dude, I thought you were going to tell me Tony D was hiding in the back of the studio all day while I was working just to scare me on stream. I thought you were going to say that, bro. You must mean to put Golden behind me. Yes. If that's what you're talking about, Emax, absolutely, bro. Click your mouse. Click your mouse too much, and it will get sensitive. I do click the heck out of this thing. That is for sure. But shout out to Emax. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you so much, man. Golden has paid for my membership for months now. You are the man. Thank you. Yo, yeah, it's insane, man. Shout out to Benjamin for that that love to Golden, man. Insane. Golden is the GOAT. But let's go ahead and continue on. And let's go ahead and check it out. And what I'm going to do here, guys, I want to extrapolate this volume profile because this could be the next area of balance that we go ahead and attack. So let's go ahead and we'll grab our horizontal raise and we'll go ahead and lock it. And we will go ahead and put the value area high, the POC, and your value area low. And I'm just going to adjust that POC slight. Let me just adjust these so they're a little bit more accurate. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. And here we are, right? So this is, and I'm actually going to label these, right? So we'll label this one previous value area low. We'll label this one previous POC, and we will label this one previous value area high. And actually, I'm going to put a white box around it too. So I just feel like that makes it easier to see. Bada boom and bada bing, right? And here. Like, what happened here, guys? What happened here, we kind of hit our head, tried to hold the value area low, clung to it, and went right to the POC, right? Flipped it here, bing bong, right to the POC, right back down, and we were just playing with this. But this will give you a little bit of context into where price may wind up going next because now you have context, right? Again, this is your key level of resistance because if you flip it to support, could move you up to the POC, right? And you could screenshot these levels. I don't want to mess them up because they're very intricate. But once you flip that POC, that's where you might get the move up to the value area high. And this is what I would look for, right? You're starting to play with it. Now you just got to get up here and hold it decisively to get up to that value area high. Coming on over to the daily, and again, a lot of these altcoins, guys. This is, if we get a pump, refer back to this stream, right? Like, a lot of these altcoins are getting money flow crossovers into the green, which could be indicating that we are going to see them go on a run very, very, very soon. And again, like last time we got a money flow crossover on Veracity on the daily was all the way back here in January, February, right, when the altcoins were going crazy, which is funny. We always get like a little weird altcoin season in the bear market, which is interesting. Like we had all the AI coins pumping. That was kind of what we saw there, the meme coin season. Very interesting. But you could see here, bada boom, money flow crossover on the daily. Last time we got that money flow crossover on the daily, we wound up pumping 300% in the middle of a bear market. So, and we've eaten almost all of those gains back, right? So, well, now we're up here, but we ate all those gains back, and then boom, we got another big pump, correction to this value area low, and now this could be the next area of balance that we're looking at. So there you go, guys. And if we wind up, I'll give you even higher targets for. I could give you even higher targets for Veracity, and that, in my opinion, would be lying right about here. Right? I'll just mark out the value area low here because that would be the first level you hit, right? And that's getting pretty high up there, right? That from here, if we were to rip up to that value area low, right, assuming we get above this value area high, flip it to support and get a big move up, that'd be a 46% pump in the short term, right? And then if you pull up your VPVR, check out where the gaps are. Pretty interesting here, right? Because most of the volume's up in this value area. You start getting above this value area high and break this key level, right? This is your doorway to higher prices on Veracity, right? Door to higher prices, right? So if we break this level right here at whatever number this is, I'm not going to read that out, but I guess it's 0.007425551. But if we get above this level, right, we start pumping, we get above that key level, that's where you might see a very quick move up to these much higher prices, right? So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at on Veracity. You heard it here first. If we hold this level as support, Veracity is headed to this value area high. We will check on if that winds up playing out or not. If we're wrong, we will roast myself live on the internet. And if we're right, we'll probably just be like shy about it. We'll be like, okay, like we're not saying we're right, but like the volume it's all the volume profiles. It has nothing to do with me, guys. It's just the volume profiles. I'm just kidding, guys. But let's see. Can you name the volume profile you use on TradingView? Well, I will go ahead and, okay. The volume profile that I was using just now in this example was the fixed range volume profile, but coming up very, 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 very soon, we may have a new volume profile for you guys to check out, and it may be free. I don't know. Anyway, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I am going to go ahead and pull up that wheel of pain and pleasure. My brain just turned off, guys. It's at about an hour and 40 minutes, my brain starts turning off. But let's go ahead and pull up that picker wheel. Awesome stream, guys. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed the content or you learned something. Smash that like button. I don't want to like for no reason. I want to like if you found value in this content. But if you want to give a like for no reason, I'd appreciate that as well. I'm just kidding, guys. But shout out to HDX said, thank you for your knowledge. I literally doubled my account thanks to your live stream. Thanks to your yesterday's stream. Yo, let's go. Shout out. Let's go. Who said that? Shout out to HDX, bro. Shout out to you. Congratulations on your gains. And congratulations on learning. This fan is blowing air straight down, so the money just comes straight back down. But shout out to you, bro. University volume profile. Shout out to Apples Up North. Congratulations, HDX, bro. Just remember this. I feel lucky to be able to share my knowledge with you and have you learn from me. But remember this, you did the hard parts, right? You entered the trades. You had the discipline. You managed the risk. That is the hard part of trading. People think you need to be an expert in technical analysis. Now, obviously that is a big part of it, but you have to understand, if you had a crystal ball that literally told you when Bitcoin would go up and when Bitcoin would go down, most people, well, if it told you when to go up and when it was going to go down, you would just listen to the crystal ball. You'd make money. But if you had a crystal ball that literally told you every single time Bitcoin was going to pump, 99% of people would still lose money because they would just hold it to the moon and then it would just go back down to zero. And most people would close trades in the red. So you did the hard part, bro. I'm just here helping. And it's the fact that you're able to absorb the information and actually apply it to your charts and actually apply it and have the discipline to manage the trades. That is the hardest part of this game. So congrats to you. Pat yourself on the back. But I appreciate you. Let me know that we helped you out. That is literally going to help me have an amazing night tonight because that's why I do this. Unbelievable. And the VRVP is free. So is the fixed range volume profile for whoever was asking about the volume profile indicator that we were using. Those are all free on TradingView as long as you have the lowest paid membership to TradingView. So it's technically paid, but it's not the indicators paid. You just have to have a paid version of TradingView to get the premium indicators, I guess. But I think the cheapest version of TradingView is pretty cheap. Maybe there's free ones. Well, actually, if you stick it out maybe a couple of days, you might be able to get access to this new guy that has a volume profile coming out potentially in collaboration with a really big indicator company that some of you guys might know, and that one will just be free on any TradingView account. So could be interesting, but who knows? Shout out to you guys, though. Shout out to Wick589, or just Wick now. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to use your old name. Shout out to Wick said, can you tell us a quick scary, Frankie? Shout out to Wick. Yes, after we finish spinning the wheel of pain and pleasure, I'll tell you guys a spooky story, or maybe we'll wait till if there's a fake out. If there's a fake out, maybe we'll tell a funny story. Or not a funny story, a scary story. But let's see. Give them a giveaway, baby. Let's go. And let's go ahead and pull up. No, not chat. No, chat is up. What was I going to pull up? The likes. What are we at likes? 448, baby. We need 100 more likes to get a Frankie Candles hat added to the giveaway and spin the wheel 15 times. But if we don't get there, we'll spin the wheel 4 times. And then we'll just try again for the giveaway goal tomorrow. Let's see. Shout out to Eric Carter. Not related to Aaron Carter from Backstreet Boys. Nick Carter from Backstreet Boys. Says, what's up, Frankie C? Much love from Petersburg, Indiana. Let's go. Shout out to you, man. Said, so glad I was able to catch a live stream. You're literally the top charter on Facebook. FB? Is that what Facebook? Are you watching me on Facebook right now? Are we on Facebook? If you were watching me on Facebook, Eric, I had no idea we put my streams on Facebook. Am I being a boomer? FB? Does that mean something else? Either way, said you're the top charter on FB. Thanks, my man. Real 100. Shout out to Eric Carter. I really appreciate you for saying that, bro. Shout out to you. I really do appreciate that, man. I'm looking at you, bro. Shout out to Eric. That means a lot, man. That means a lot. I'm just up here having fun and doing what I like. And the fact that people get joy and education and value out of this is, I literally wake up in the morning and feel like I want to pinch myself. Like, I feel like, am I really like just waking up and going into my studio and like my own studio to like do what I love every day? Like, it's wild. It just doesn't get old. I absolutely love it. So the fact that people get value out of it is insane. And I spun the wheel 7 times by accident. Shout out to Eric. Hey, were you just being nice to me so I spun that wheel extra time? I don't know. Shout out to Eric, though. I appreciate you guys for being here. Mike Romero says, hey, Frankie, we call you here in Miami Paco Velas. That is literally Frankie Candles in Spanish. Yo. What is going on, everybody? My name is Frankie Candles, or Paco Velas, as I like to say. Yo, shout out to whoever said rug tugs, and shout out to Mike Romero for saying Paco Velas is Frankie Candles. I am using and stealing both of those sayings, but please, if I don't give you credit, let me know, and I will always give you guys credit if I forget who said it. Paco Velas and rug tugs are the new thing. Frankie is the crypto keeper. I am the keeper of all cryptos. Shout out to Creighton C. But guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I don't want you guys thinking I'm holding out on you. Hang on. 3, 4, 5 giveaways out of 7. That's not a bad hit rate. That is for the mods. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in to the live stream and hanging out with your boy Frankie Candles to do 2 full hours of TA. Well, I guess just an hour and 45 minutes. I got an extra 15 minutes tonight. Not bad. Not quite an hour stream, but not quite a 2-hour stream. But with all that being said, guys, keep an eye on those charts. Tomorrow is FOMC, so be careful. And if you're in any trades, maybe start setting your stop losses, figuring out where you want to get out or cut your losses at, because tomorrow may get a little bit wild with FOMC, and I will be going live. So make sure you have notifications set so you don't miss that live stream tomorrow during the FOMC meeting. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you all tomorrow for FOMC. I think we're probably going live at probably 2:30. Tony, drop the time in the chat. But we will be live. I'll see you guys right here. Same place, same time, or same place, earlier time, and same place, same time. Also, we're doing 2 streams tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Happy Halloween. Ooh, spooky. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. I'm a klutz, guys. I did not mean to hit that button. I meant to put on the spooky slapper. Anyway, hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. I'm going to drop that beat one more time, guys, because we got a spooky story for the Candle Mafia. I had to ask for some help from my friend Bard. But let's go ahead and read this story that Bard made. I've not read this yet, but I'm going to read this out to you guys. All right. Is the music too loud? The music might be too loud. Let me lower this a little bit. But here we go. I don't even think I'm changing the volume of the actual music. But is the music too loud? I'm just going to go through it. If you guys can't hear me, this will just be a complete mess, and no one will hear me, and we'll end the live stream. But let's see. All right, here we go. At first, everything was going normally. Frankie was talking about the latest crypto news and giving his predictions for the next day. But then the ghosts... Oh, hang on. I'm sorry, guys. I messed this up horribly. Frankie Candles was known for his bold predictions and flamboyant personality. Oh, easy, Bard, easy. He was also a bit of a prankster. So one night, Frankie decided to play a spooky prank on his viewers. He set up a fake Mrs. Candles in his trading room and started streaming. I didn't even tell it about that. That's really... There's no way Bard is keeping like a live tabs on me, is it? Anyway, at first everything was going normally. Frankie was talking about the latest crypto news and giving his predictions for the next day. But then Mrs. Candles started to move. She floated around the room, moaning and groaning. Yo, Bard's wild for this. Frankie's viewers were terrified. What is that? One viewer typed in the chat. It was Dave Digital. Is that a real ghost? Creighton C said. Frankie just laughed and kept on trading. He pretended to be completely unfazed by Mrs. Candles floating around the room, but on the inside, he was starting to feel a bit scared. I don't ever get scared. The ghost, or Mrs. Candles, got closer and closer to Frankie. It reached out with her rubber hand and touched him on the shoulder. The Candle Mafia went crazy, spamming Mrs. Candles' hands in chat. Frankie jumped and let out a scream. Okay, you got me, he said to Mrs. Candles. That was a good one. But the ghost didn't say anything back. Mrs. Candles. Sorry, guys. Mrs. Candles didn't say anything back. She just stared at Frankie with cold, dead eyes. Plastic eyes. Frankie started to feel uneasy. He tried to ignore Mrs. Candles and kept on trading, but it was no use. Mrs. Candles was too distracting. I'm going to have to take a break, Frankie said to his viewers. I'm not feeling well. Frankie turned off his stream and ran out of his trading room. He locked the door behind him and took a deep breath. What was that? He said to himself. Was that really Mrs. Candles floating around the room? Frankie didn't know what to think. He decided to go to bed and try to forget about it. But he laid in his bed and he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. He closed his eyes and tried to sleep, and he couldn't. He kept hearing noises outside his bedroom door. He was too scared to get out of bed and investigate. Finally, Frankie fell asleep, but his sleep was troubled. He dreamed that he was being chased by an inflatable girl. In the dream, Frankie was running through the dark forest. The ghost behind him, moaning and groaning still. Frankie could feel the ghost's cold breath on his neck. He tripped and fell. Mrs. Candles was about... I'll say the ghost Mrs. Candles. The ghost Mrs. Candles was going to grab him and wake him up. He was sweating and his heart was racing. He got out of bed and went to the window. He looked out at the night sky. The moon was full and bright. Bitcoin was pumping. Frankie could see the shadows in the trees dancing in the moonlight. He shivered. He had a feeling that the ghost Mrs. Candles was still out there somewhere. Frankie went back to bed and pulled the covers over his head. He didn't want to see Mrs. Candles again. The next day, Frankie told his viewers about the spooky experience. They didn't believe him at first, but then he showed them footage from his stream. The viewers were amazed. They had never seen anything like it before. Frankie Candles' spooky prank had gone viral. He was now more famous than ever before. But Frankie was still a little bit scared. He knew that the ghost of Mrs. Candles was still out there somewhere, and he knew that she would come back. Well, Bard, not the best scary story, if I'm being honest with you. Shout out to Bard, guys. But with all that being said, I cannot believe I actually said that entire story. That was way too long. Longer than I thought it was going to be. It's cold, rubbery breath. Shout out to Destruction Crypto. Dude, Destructo Bot. Unbelievable. Shout out to the Mrs. Candles hands in chat. Sorry, I was focusing on the text there, guys. I could not see chat. Unbelievable. Shout out to Bard for helping me out with that spooky story, guys. And yeah, shout out to the spooky Mrs. Candles, who is still laying on the floor right next to me. But with all that being, I pooed. Shout out to Fat Axe. With all that being said, guys, I'll see you here tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. for the FOMC stream. With all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Ooh. Bing bong.
I ain't trying to see your hand up. No free.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out.